welcome back to another YouTube chit chat with me. Today's video is going to be all about why you are not seeing the results for the effort you are putting in. Every single day on Instagram, I get messages from people telling me that they're eating clean or they're working really hard in the gym, but they're just not getting results. So if this sounds familiar, if you are frustrated with not getting the results for the effort that you are putting in and day out, this video is for you. And as always, if this video does help you, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. I'm absolutely loving doing these chit chats, and I found that I had a really good response to my last one all about ending 2020 strong. So without further ado, let's get started. One of the main reasons why I think a lot of people don't see results is that they're not patient. You see all these transformation photos on Instagram and social media and you think, oh, I want to achieve that. But you don't see all the hard work that has gone in behind it. It doesn't just happen like that. It really takes time to transform your body and your mind. It takes time to build healthy habits and for your body to actually adapt and change to those small changes you are making every day. So just think, it doesn't take one night or 1 week or even 1 month to transform completely. It can take much longer than that. So be patient and trust the process. To avoid feeling disappointed by not seeing results straight away, really focus on the non-scale victories. So how are your energy levels going? How's your sleep? Are you making healthier choices? Are you moving more? Are you getting stronger in the gym? These kind of non-scale victories can often happen a lot earlier on than the kind of scale victories of the scales going down and your body completely transforming. So don't just rely on the scales or looking in the mirror to measure your progress. Really focus on those non-scale victories and how you feel from the inside out. Remember, a fitness journey is so much more than just how you look on the outside, and often the outside is the last thing to change. So if you're only gauging your progress by your external appearance, then you're going to feel really disheartened when starting your fitness journey. Number 2 is going to be nutrition. The most important thing, I'm sure you've heard it many times before, is your nutrition. We really can't outwork our diet. So if you're working really hard in the gym, but you're not getting results and you're not seeing the scales come down or feeling more energetic, feeling like your body's training, you're getting more toned, then the chances are your nutrition's not in alignment with your goals and your training. So what I mean by this is maybe you're eating too many calories across the week. Maybe it's that you're only sticking to your plan Monday to Friday, but come the weekend you're eating everything in sight. Or maybe it's that you're not even paying attention to your nutrition at all. And if you're anything like me, when I started out, you're probably jumping from diet to diet to diet, trying all these fad diets and not sticking to any one thing consistently. So at the end of the day, if your goal is fat loss, the goal is to eat in a caloric deficit, so eating less calories than your body requires to maintain weight. So what this means is if you are eating in a deficit Monday through till Friday, you're being really good with your nutrition, but then come the weekend you're eating much more, this is going to take your weekly average up, and it can be enough to either maintain weight or even gain weight from time to time if you continue down this path. So when I say number 2 is being nutrition, what you really need to do is make sure you are being honest with yourself about exactly what you are consuming across the week. All the extra bites, licks, spoonfuls of food and drinks you're having here and there will add up over time. Even things like using an oil to cook your food, to cook your vegetables, that can add up and it can slowly take you out of a caloric deficit. So if your goal is fat loss, be realistic with what you are putting into your body across the week, Monday through to Sunday, not just Monday to Friday. I really suggest getting the hang of using an app like MyFitnessPal to track everything that you're eating so you can be accountable and understand exactly how many calories you are consuming. I cannot stress this enough. We really cannot outwork our nutrition. Another thing I wanted to mention about nutrition is that it is so important to have a balanced diet that you feel you can make into a lifestyle. Like, I personally don't believe in eliminating any foods. I encourage the Anjuli Fit Squad to eat a balance of proteins, fats, and carbs. We focus on about 80 to 90% whole foods and 10 to 20% soul foods. So what that means is, you know what? If you want to have some eggs on toast, you go for it. If you get to the weekend and you feel like fitting an ice cream into your macros, have an ice cream, plan in advance, make it fit, and go on about your day knowing that you haven't set yourself back from achieving your goals. I think too many people are looking for fad diets and really extreme things where you eliminate certain food groups, where you eliminate the foods that you love, and it just leads to you rebounding really badly either after you finish the diet or just throughout, because you can't stick to it. You're continuously yo-yoing up and down between, being on track and off track, which is something we don't want because it's going to slow your progress down long term. Following on from fad diets and lifestyle changes, number 3, I think that a lot of people set unrealistic expectations of what they hope to achieve on their journey. They expect results to just happen so quickly. They want to try all these fad diets, but instead of seeing this as a quick fix, see it as a whole lifestyle change. You want to build healthy habits that you can carry on for the rest of your life. So things like drinking enough water, moving your body across the week, exercising because it feels good, nourishing your body with healthy foods that make you feel energized from the inside out. All these key habits are what is going to help you live a healthy and sustainable lifestyle long term, so that once you've lost the weight, you actually keep it off after. Number 4, stress and sleep. I feel like these two go hand in hand, because often if you are high in stress, you're not going to be sleeping well. Ideally, we want to sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours a night, and we want quality sleep, and we also want to minimize our stress. The reasons for this is that stress can cause you to store more fat, and lack of sleep can cause your hormones to fluctuate, and with stress plus a lack of sleep causing your hormones to be out of whack, you will find that you are not losing the weight you want to, your body is not in a happy place, and you'll hold on to the extra fat you want to shred even if you're in a caloric deficit. So if you are sticking to your nutrition but you're continuously stressed out and you're not sleeping well, you'll find that your progress is much slower than someone else that might be better at managing their stress and actually getting in enough sleep. Ways for you to get in sleep include turning off devices at least an hour before bed, taking something like magnesium half an hour before bed, winding down properly, making sure that you're not, stressing out before bed by reading emails or trying to reply to messages or stressing about what you have to do the next day. Try and wind down by either doing stretches, yoga, foam rolling, maybe reading a book. I love reading a book before I go to bed, something ideally to help you switch off. Maybe it's just, cuddling with your partner or something on the couch and talking about how your days were. So having a good nighttime routine can really help you kind of just get in the mood for going to sleep and having a restful sleep. If you're someone that tends to overthink at night, make sure you write a to-do list down so you can just get all your thoughts off your head and then, go to sleep not having to worry about what you have to do the next day because you've already written a list in advance. If you're someone that really struggles with stress, I highly recommend that you look at your priorities and you look at your time management across the day and across the week so that you can help manage that. And also, of course, if you are seriously struggling this year, I completely understand it's been a really tough year. Make sure you reach out to a counselor or a therapist to help you as well. Sometimes it just helps to kind of offload to someone that you don't really know, and you're not going to burden, you're not going to feel like you're burdening anyone with all the thoughts going on in your mind. Number 5, water intake. I am so surprised when I talk to people that join the Anjuli Fit Squad about how much water they're drinking, and they'll tell me that they only have a couple of glasses a day. This is not enough. Our bodies need water, and you'll find that once you start increasing your water intake, your skin will feel more clear, you'll have less cravings, you'll have more energy, and you'll all round feel better. It even decreases your appetite and your cravings. So I highly recommend that if you are not tracking how much water you drink, you really set a challenge for yourself to increase your water intake. I personally drink well over 3 liters a day, but of course everyone is different. The minimum recommended amount for women is 2.7 liters. So if you're not drinking enough water, you will find that this affects things like your cravings, your hunger levels, your the feelings of tiredness and your energy levels, as well as your skin might not be as clear, or it might be a little bit dry as well from not drinking enough water. So that is definitely a top tip for skincare as well as overall health. Number 6, I've noticed this one popping up quite a bit, especially with lockdowns happening all around the world, and that is binge eating and mindless eating. You know, when you come home from work and you are cooking your dinner, and before you know it, you're snacking on some nuts, you're snacking on some chips, maybe you have kids and you're making their lunches and you're eating the crust off their sandwiches, or you're in lockdown and you're continuously going back to the kitchen or the cupboard to reach for snacks and to reach for food, and you're just mindlessly eating, whether you're working or watching Netflix, whatever it is, these calories all add up. And if you're, having an extra 200 calories a day, that's an extra 1,400 calories a week, 2,800 in 2 weeks, and that is enough for you to be actually gaining weight if you are eating more than you're supposed to be eating to maintain weight. So I really recommend that you try and cut back on the mindless eating, and you make sure that you are really mindful when you are eating, and avoid eating things like from the packet. If you're going to have a meal or you're going to have a snack, pour it out into a bowl, sit down, stay mindful, stay present, and enjoy what you're eating instead of mindlessly eating, watching a TV show, and eating straight from the bag. Now, number 7 is movement. So if you are going to the gym for, say, an hour a day, that is 4% of your day. If you're only going to the gym 4 days a week, that takes it down to about 2% of your week is spent working out. What this means is that for 98% of the week, you are commuting to and from work, sitting down either on a train, on a bus, in your car. You're then sitting down at a desk, depending on your job, for a large amount of the day. You're commuting home again, and then chances are you're sitting on the couch watching Netflix on the TV, and that is a lot of time sitting down. Then you're going to sleep, and you're sleeping, you're lying down, and you're not moving. So a large percentage of your week is spent not moving, and I honestly think that this is a big factor that comes into fat loss. This is why I always recommend that the Anjuli Fit Squad, including myself, when looking to lose fat, we have a step goal and we aim to hit that every day. Either going for a walk in the morning before work, going for walks on your lunch break or after work or after dinner instead of watching Netflix is an awesome way to increase your caloric burn across the week. You can listen to a podcast, you can walk with your partner, you could even catch up with a friend for a walk, but this is something I believe that is highly underutilized when looking to lose fat. Please make sure you are moving your bodies across the week. Our bodies are designed to move. So I recommend, if you are looking to lose fat and you're serious about it, make sure you are walking or moving at least 8,000 steps a day, ideally 10,000 steps a day. And honestly, leading up to my last competition in the past month before it, I was doing 14,000 steps a day, and that was just a part of my lifestyle in order to make sure I was burning an extra amount of calories, because I do spend a lot of time sitting down working. Number 8, I'm just going to use my fingers for all these numbers, I don't know why. Anyway, relying on the scales for progress. So relying on the scales for progress is just really pointless, because 1, they fluctuate all the time, and 2, they don't show the full picture. I mean, I've had women join the squad, and for a solid 4 weeks, they've stayed the exact same weight on the scales, but their body completely looks different. They have higher energy levels, they're getting stronger in the gym, their clothes are fitting better, and they're making healthier choices, they're sleeping better, and their all-round health is improving. But if they only looked at the scales instead of their progress photos, their measurements, and their non-scale victories, they'd think that they weren't actually succeeding. And when people rely only on the scales to measure their progress, this can lead to them feeling disheartened when they realize that either the scales aren't decreasing as fast as they want them to, or maybe the scales are staying on the same number for a long period of time. This has happened to me in the past on a competition prep. For 6 weeks straight, I think it was last year, 2019, January, I was prepping for 6 weeks, my weight stayed the exact same. I was sticking to everything you can imagine. I was hitting all my key habits, but I was highly stressed, so this was causing me to kind of hold on to some weight. I also was stressing about the scales not going down on a competition prep, but the second I stopped weighing in and I took a week off weighing in and I tried to control my stress levels, the scales actually dropped 2 kilos the next week. So it goes to show that 1, the scales aren't important, but 2, they don't really matter, because my body composition was changing and the scales were just not showing my progress. Like, I was definitely changing in those 6 weeks, but the scales were just leaving me feeling stressed and like I wasn't progressing. So really trust the process, stick to the plans you have in place for you, and don't even worry about the scales. If anything, either weigh in every day so you can see how much the scales fluctuate, and then take an average for the week. So you add up all the weights and then you divide it by 7 to get your weekly average, or put the scales away if they're kind of frustrating you and don't even worry about them. Take photos every 2 weeks or once a month, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Also take measurements around your hips, your waist, your chest, your arms, your thigh. Those measurements are great to take when tracking progress. And also just be kind to yourself. Your worth is not determined by the size of your clothes or the number on a scale. So please do not forget that. Number 9. Not taking time to actually learn about nutrition. I'll often get messages from people saying like, oh, I'm eating clean, but I'm not getting results. Or I've been following this diet, like keto diet or whatever it is, but I'm not getting results. Why is this happening? And then when I tell them that what they should do is kind of look at what they're eating and what they're drinking and how many calories they're consuming. And a lot of people say, oh, it takes too long to weigh my food. It takes too long to track my calories. And it's a mental switch that you need to change. You don't have to count calories forever. You don't have to weigh your food forever. But I do recommend that you spend a solid 8 to 12 weeks actually learning about nutrition, learning about proteins, fats, carbs, why they're important for you to have a balance of them, how they fuel your body, help you recover, how they play a role in your hormones. Like we need fats for hormones, we need carbs for fuel, and we need protein to help with satiation and recovery. So all these 3 things go hand in hand to help you really lose fat and shape your body. It might seem like a lot to learn how to count calories and to weigh your foods at first, but I promise it gets easier, and it's so much better than kind of wasting time trying all these fad diets and wondering why they're not working. I think a lot of people get a little bit nervous about starting to count calories, and it can be kind of a thing that you need to overcome, especially when other people around you aren't weighing their foods and aren't tracking calories. You might feel a little bit weird doing it for the first few weeks, but I promise you, once you start getting results, you start learning that you can eat, ice cream or chocolate and achieve the goals that you want to, people around you will be asking you what you're doing and how you're doing it. So please take time to learn about your proteins, fats, and carbs, and using an app like MyFitnessPal to track your calories, even if it's only for a short 8 weeks. It will set you up for life, and you'll be able to lose weight and actually maintain that fat loss long term. Lastly, number 10, imitation. Oh my gosh, please, if you see a celebrity diet online, do not try and copy what they do. Just like if you see what I eat in a day or what my workouts are on Instagram, please do not try and copy them and expect to get results. I think like when I started my fitness journey, I was looking online trying to find workouts and plans to just copy what other people are doing and expecting results. And in reality, we are all so unique. We need individualized training and meal plans in order to achieve great results, especially when it comes to nutrition. You cannot eat what your next door neighbor or your sister or your brother or your trainer is eating and expect to get results. It all comes down to the total calories you're consuming. So you could look at my full day of eating videos or posts on Instagram and YouTube and use that as inspiration, but you need to tailor it to fit into your daily calories. For example, if I'm on 2,000 calories and your goal is fat loss and you should be eating 1,400 calories, if you copy what I'm doing, you're not going to achieve the goals that you want to. If anything, you're going to go the opposite way and gain weight. So please make sure that you get a personalized training and meal plan that are aligned to you, your lifestyles, and your goals. So important, and you know where to find me if you need any help with that as well. I swear there's so many other things I could talk about in relation to why people aren't getting the results they want for the hard work they're putting in either with home workouts or in the gym. If you want me to add more to this, I'm happy to do another video. I could just talk all day long, but the last thing I really wanted to stress is consistency, patience, and hard work. Without consistency, you cannot expect to get results. If you are, really good for 1 week and then you fall off track the next week and then you're really good the next week and you go through the cycle from week to week, month to month, year to year, you can never expect to get the results that you want to. Following on from that, patience. I said it, earlier on in this video. You have to be patient with yourself and with the process. Nothing great happens overnight. So when you see people having these amazing transformations, just remember that you haven't seen all the hard times they've had on that journey. So please be kind to yourself. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, and don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 21. And then lastly, in these 3 things is hard work. It's not going to be easy, honestly. If it was easy, everyone would be walking around, you know, looking like their fittest, best self. It will be hard at times. Some days it'll be easy, some days it won't be. But the most important thing is that you don't give up. I swear I say this in like every chit chat video. Please be consistent, be patient, be hardworking, and never give up on yourself and on your goals. You deserve to be your happiest, healthiest, and most confident version of you, whatever that looks like. I hope that you learned something from this video, and as always, if you did, please remember to like, comment, subscribe.